The Holy Quran, translated in English by Talal Itani, 2021 edition. Web address www.clearquran.org.
Quran Chapter 23. In the name of Allah, the kind, the caring. The believers have succeeded. Those who are humble in their prayers. Those who avoid nonsense. Those who work for charity. Those who guard their chastity. Except from their spouses or family members, in which case they aren't at fault. But those who seek anything beyond that are transgressors. And those who honor their trusts and promises. And those who keep their prayers. These are the heirs. They will inherit paradise and remain there forever. We created the human being from an extract of clay. Then we made him a drop in a safe environment. Then we developed the drop into a sticky clot. Then we developed the clot into a lump. Then we developed the lump into bones. Then we clothed the bones with flesh. Then we produced another creature. Most blessed is Allah, the best creator. Then, after that, you'll die. Then, on resurrection day, you'll be brought out. We created 7 pathways above you. We never neglected creation. We sent rain from the sky in proper quantity, and we settled it in the ground, and we can take it away. With it, we produce gardens of date palms and grapevines, yielding abundant fruit for you to eat. And a tree that grows on Mount Sinai. It produces oil and spices for people to eat. There is a lesson for you in cattle. We give you to drink from what's in their bellies. They offer you other benefits, and you eat some of them. On them and on ships you're transported. We sent Noah to his people. He said, O my people, worship Allah, you have no other God but Him. Won't you pay attention? The leaders of his people, who disbelieved, said, He's just a man like you, who wants dominance over you. If Allah wanted, He would have sent angels. We never heard that from our ancestors. He's just a possessed man. Just ignore him for a while. He said, My Lord, help me, they rejected me. So we inspired him, build the ark under our observation, and according to our instructions. Then, when our command comes, and the volcano erupts, take on board a pair of every kind, and your family, except the condemned. And don't speak to me about the Avilders. They'll be drowned. Then, once you and your followers are on the ark, say, Praise Allah, who saved us from the wicked people. And say, My Lord, grant me a blessed landing, for you are the best transporter. There are lessons to be learned from this. We're always testing. Then, after them, we raised another generation. We sent a messenger from them, worship Allah. You have no other God but Him. Won't you be careful? But the dignitaries of His people, those who disbelieved and denied the meeting of the afterlife, and we had indulged them in the present life, said, He's just a human like you, he eats what you eat, and he drinks what you drink. If you obey a human like you, you'll be losers. Does he promise you that when you die and become dust and bones, you'll be brought out? Far-fetched is what you're promised. There is nothing except our worldly life, we live, die, and won't be resurrected. He's just a man, making up lies about Allah, and we won't believe him. He said, My Lord, help me, for they rejected me. He said, Soon, they'll be full of regrets. And the blast struck them, rightly so, and we turned them into scum. So away with the wicked people. Then we raised other generations after them. No community can prolong or shorten its fixed lifespan. We kept sending our messengers, one after the other. Whenever a messenger came to his community, they called him a liar. So we made them follow one another, and we made them history. So away with people who refused to believe. Then we sent Moses and his brother Aaron with our signs and compelling evidence to Pharaoh and his entourage, but they were arrogant. They were abusive people. They said, "Should we believe 2 men like us, whose people are our slaves?" So they rejected them, and they were destroyed. We gave Moses the book, so that they may be guided. We made Mary's son and his mother a sign, and we sheltered them on a hilltop, a safe place with springs. O messengers! Eat what's good, and act with integrity. I'm aware of what you do. This community of yours is one community, and I'm your Lord, so revere me. But they split into factions. Each faction is happy with what it has. So leave them in their confusion for a while. Do they presume, by providing them with wealth and children? Are we racing to give them good things? In fact, they have no idea. Those who fear their Lord, and those who believe in the signs of their Lord, and those who don't associate any partner with their Lord, and those who give what they give, while their hearts tremble, knowing that they'll return to their Lord. They hasten to do what's right, and they reach it first. We burden no soul beyond its ability. A document with us tells the truth, and they won't be treated unjustly. There is confusion in their minds about this. They have deeds inconsistent with this, which they continue to do. Until, when we seize their well-off with punishment, they begin to groan. Don't groan today. You won't get any help from us. My verses were recited to you, but you turned away from them. You were arrogant towards them. You said nonsense about them. You ignored them. Didn't they think about the word? Or did something come to them that didn't come to their ancestors? Or don't they recognize their messenger, so they deny him? Or do they say, "He's possessed"? In fact, he brought them the truth, but most of them hate the truth. If the truth were according to their thoughts, the heavens, the earth, and all that exists in them would have fallen into ruin. We gave them their reminder, but they avoid their reminder. Or did you ask them for payment? Your Lord's payment is better. He's the best provider. You are calling them to a straight path. Those who deny the hereafter have turned away from the path. Even if we had mercy on them and removed their hardships, they would still blindly persist in their defiance. We gripped them with suffering, but they didn't yield to their Lord, nor did they humble themselves. Until, when we open for them a door of intense suffering, they sink into despair. It's He who produced for you hearing, sight, and feelings. But you show little gratitude. It's He who scattered you on earth, and you'll be gathered before Him. It's He who gives life and causes death, and the cycle of day and night is His. You don't understand. They say the same things the ancients said. They say, "When we're dead and have become dust and bones, will we be brought out?" Our ancestors and we were promised this in the past. These are only stories of the past. Say, who owns the earth and those who live on it, if you know? They will answer, O Allah. Say, why don't you pay attention? Say, who is the Lord of the seven heavens and the Lord of the splendid throne? They will say, Allah. Say, won't you be righteous? Say, in whose hand is the control of all things, and he protects and can't be protected from if you know. They will answer, Allah. Say, are you under a spell? In fact, we gave them the truth, but they deny it. Allah has never begotten a son, nor is there any God besides him. Otherwise, each God would have taken away what it had created, and some of them would have gained supremacy over the others. Glorified is Allah, far beyond what they describe. The knower of the invisible and the visible, beyond what they associate. Say, my Lord, if you would show me what they were promised. My Lord, don't place me with the wrongdoers. We can show you what we promised them. Repel evil with good. We're aware of what they describe. And say, my Lord, I seek refuge in you from the urgings of the devils. And I seek refuge in you, my Lord, lest they become present. Until, when death strikes one of them, he says, my Lord, send me back. That I may act righteously in what I neglected. Never. These are just words, he says. And behind them is a barrier, until the day they are resurrected. When the trumpet is blown, on that day, there will be no relationships between them, and they won't ask about each other. Anyone with heavy scales will be successful. But anyone with light scales will be a loser, remaining in hell forever. The fire lashing their faces, leaving them deformed. Weren't my verses conveyed to you, and you kept rejecting them? They will say, our Lord, misfortune overwhelmed us, so we went astray. Our Lord, get us out of here. If we returned, we would be criminals. He will say, be despised in this, and don't speak to me. There was a group of my servants who said, our Lord, we have believed, so forgive us, and have mercy on us, you are the nicest. But you made them the target of ridicule, until they made you forget my remembrance. And you laughed at them. Today, I have rewarded them for their patience. They are the winners. He will say, how long did you live on earth? They will answer, we stayed about a day. Ask those who keep count. He would say, you stayed only a short time, if you only knew. Did you think that we created you without purpose, and that you won't be returned to us? Allah is the exalted, the true King. There is no God but He, the Lord of the noble throne. Whoever worships another God with Allah has no proof. His account rests with his Lord. The unbelievers won't succeed. Say, my Lord, forgive and have mercy. You're the most kind.